It appears that Rudy Giuliani's financial problems keep getting worse. On Tuesday, the man formerly known as America's mayor made some court filings that reveal that he's in some deep trouble. These records reveal a pattern of missed deadlines and unauthorized payments, including $12,000 to his now former accountant, who decided to call it quits, leaving him without anybody else willing to sign his financial documents. To which I say, oops. Or maybe,
whoopsie.
Oh, okay. Oh, not good. Not good at all. So now, he might end up having to become his own accountant and take personal responsibility for his records. Okay. All right. Fun. According to Giuliani's creditors, dealing with him is like being on a hamster wheel. Whatever that means. It can't be good. Now, the filing states that unfortunately the debtor had an accountant who was helping. However, he had a change of heart and indicated that he no longer wished to help prepare the monthly operating reports. That's probably because they were an absolute mess. He further explained that Giuliani had then solicited help from a number of accounting firms and CPAs who were not at all interested in taking the assignment. Gee, I wonder why. Gee, are we going to find out? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, we are. Motions from other unhappy creditors paint a pretty bleak picture of someone who was deeply irresponsible. As one of those motions had noted, Giuliani had actually paid the now former bookkeeper, Long Island-based CPA Joe Ricci, a whopping $12,000 2 months ago, which was unauthorized. On top of the expense being brazenly unauthorized, the motion said Giuliani never told the court that he had even retained an accountant in the first place. It is unclear when or why Ricci had ended their relationship. The $12,000 payment appeared to be one of two monthly operating statements covering February and March that Giuliani had filed over the last few days, missing both deadlines by weeks. So he pays $12,000 to this guy, but not to his creditors. Understand that that is why it is considered to be an unauthorized payment. He's got some judgments against him that his money should be going to, and you got to ask the court, hey, can I at least retain a CPA? I'm going to need that, right? He didn't ask the court. He decided to do it anyway. So now it gets worse. See, it turns out that Giuliani is blowing through his cash at an astonishing rate, losing about $16,000 in February and another $10,000 in March. And it's, by the way, it's on stupid stuff. It's on photo ops. It's on pizza, snacks, and, just, again, nonsense. So here's the thing. On March 24th, he had posted a photo of himself behind a public shopping cart loaded with plastic bags, captioned with, "Biden's economy was killing us." Giuliani's bank statements did show two charges of Publix that day, in the amounts of a bank-busting $114.85 and another at $13.78. Biden's economy, it's killing me. Really? Now, you might say, well, that's not a lot of money. I mean, it can be to a family that's not doing so well, but for Giuliani, it seems like it's peanuts, right? Now, weeks earlier, and this is where the problem arises, Giuliani had spent more than that at a pizza place, $61.18 at Mary Ellis Pizza in Manhattan. So that's one meal, $61.18. I keep saying 168, but it's $161.18 at Mary Ellis Pizza, a pizza place. What did you have gold flakes put on that pizza? or more likely, pizza party with lots of booze. Okay, now here's the thing. I'm not saying that groceries aren't expensive. They are. But perhaps your point would be a little bit more valid if you weren't blowing your money on a $161 pizza, all right? Now, he had also spent more money in March on Rumble, that is the right-wing streaming service, and orders from Epoch Times. Way more on those things than he did getting groceries at Publix. The cherry on top is that after that Publix trip, Giuliani had made a same-day ATM withdrawal of $1,000 in cash. I don't know. I'm starting to think that maybe it's not the Biden economy that's the problem here. Perhaps the problem is Giuliani. To which he would say,
I have not loved this conversation.
if you were to tell him that. Now, look, this is this guy is massively outspending what he brings in. Okay, see, Giuliani's total March income was a little more than $18,000, but he had spent more than $28,000. This is all while he is slow walking his appeal for losing this defamation case that 2 Georgia election workers had filed against him and won. So this is also while his PAC is sitting on $200,000, half of which is from the Florida Crystals Corporation, a sugar company whose owner might be a witness in the sexual assault and defamation lawsuit brought by former Giuliani aide Noel Dunphy. How's that for a conflict of interest, right? So, look, it appears that Giuliani, not as broke as he seems, and at least, he doesn't seem to be spending his money wisely at all. Blowing cash on things that he doesn't need instead of paying what he owes in court damages. He's also abusing the privilege of the court that had handed him a limited reprieve to allow him to appeal the judgment of that defamation lawsuit, which is in the hundreds of millions of dollars. On Tuesday, Giuliani's creditors told the court that he is simply pretending that his appeal is ultimately for their benefit, but has virtually no communication, including the timeline of when he plans to file his long-awaited application at Sotheby's International Realty to offload his Manhattan condo. So he is basically left to selling his assets in order to pay off this judgment and still hasn't gotten around to it. And instead, the motion states, the debtor continues wasting resources funding and living in 2 multi-million-dollar residences, proposes extended deadlines for himself in the Chapter 11 case, which is bankruptcy, misses those same extended deadlines, consistently fails to file timely monthly operating reports, and leaves his creditors and the court largely in the dark. Well, to be fair to Giuliani, it is hard to do all of that while you are constantly 3 sheets to the wind. Just saying. Not an excuse. I'm just saying. No, but without an accountant, by the way, the responsibility for all of that stuff that an accountant would do, filing those reports, that will be on him now. And I do not foresee it going well.